Oh, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon here in England, and that means,
It's time for tea.
and here we are. Kay is pouring again from the China teapot using the tea strainer. And did we talk about tea cozies before, darling?
Well, I think we did initially.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird name for the thing, isn't it? Really, a tea cozy. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Great to be with you, and 8 of you joining us already. So send us some comments. Hi, Liz, first one in there. And I hope you're having a good day and fabulous day. Weather report?
It's absolutely beautiful here. You would think it was the middle of summer and we're enjoying the sunshine. Hi, Larry.
Yeah, Larry, we talked about this yesterday, but Kay did a pretty good job, I think, cutting my hair. It's not professional, but it's okay.
I tried my best, honest, Larry.
Yeah, I appreciate it too. And let's have a few more comments from people so that we can say hi. Hello there, Keith. Nice to have you joining us as well. Who else is there? I know we've got 11 online at the moment, and others will be jumping in very shortly. So, Haley. Wonder what you're going to have with your tea today. We're keto style. Well, it's not quite working out really, is it?
Well, to have afternoon tea, you kind of have to break the keto bit. So today we have Farmhouse Cake from our mobile bakery van that comes round to the village.
It is called what?
Truffles Bakery.
It's very sort of English, isn't it? This sort of truffles idea.
Is.
And people go to the village hall and you line up with suitable social distancing.
Absolutely.
And you met a few new people from the village as a result of this.
Mm-hmm. So while you're there standing, you chat to people. And so it's been great getting to know some people in the village. And I made a decision I was going to work my way through all the goodies on the van. So we'll see what we have next time round.
Well, that doesn't really work with the keto thing, does it?
I know, but this is an afternoon off. I think it's okay.
Okay. Well, I mean, frankly, let's just show the cake again. Here it is, and we just want you to know, Timberliners, that we are eating this because we love you. I mean, we're on the keto diet, but such is our dedication and commitment that we are prepared to do that. Now, this morning we went for early this morning we went for an amazing walk, didn't we?
We did. We went to another village and walked up a hill to a folly.
Yeah, we'll explain what a folly is at some time in the future, but it's we did a 6.5 mile walk. It's the walk that we had planned to live broadcast from today, but because of other pastoral meetings that we've got this afternoon, there wouldn't be time to get back. And so maybe we can do that next week. We're really hoping so. So today we thought we'd talk about what? About
special days in our lives. But there's so many of them and it's hard to choose, but we can't talk about all of them. So we're just giving you a couple of our early special days because there's weddings and there's...
well, for us, there was just been the one wedding so far.
Yes, I'm talking about people in general.
Yeah.
They will class a wedding as a special day.
Yeah.
Maybe a special birthday, birth of a child, moving to another country, special holidays or vacations, as the US would say.
So we thought we would like to, oh, by the way, we should just say, people have been saying to us, of course, you don't have Memorial Day in the UK, so you didn't have a holiday. Well, we don't have Memorial Day, but we do have a springtime, a May bank holiday, we call it. Not quite sure why it's called a bank holiday, apart from the fact that the banks close on that day. But so on Monday, although it wasn't Memorial Day for us, we did actually have a day off. Frankly, we couldn't do very much because of lockdown. Our lockdown is still pretty serious here, but we did have the Monday off anyway. So the first day we wanted to talk about was the day that we met. And it was like 100 years ago. And long time ago, I was 17 and Kay was just a little younger. And I walked into church for the first time and became a Christian that night. I've often talked about it at Timberline. Now, what were you doing there? I mean, obviously you were there worshiping, but it wasn't your home church, was it?
It wasn't. So we lived in the east end of London there, and the churches were fairly close together, of the same denomination that we attended there. So the youth group used to gather weekly, and some of our friends were being baptized at this particular church where Jeff was attending for the first time, and that's why I was there along with some of my friends.
And I showed up with a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
We both decided that night to become Christians. We'd kind of responded, and someone was talking to us about becoming followers of Jesus, and word got around the youth group, didn't it? There was like a youth meeting after the main service.
Yeah, so we had our meeting, and these two young lads were in the back office. They called it the vestry at the church there, and giving their lives to Jesus. So everybody waited behind to be able to greet them and say hi when they came out. So that was a bit of a surprise for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I opened the door. Again, I've often talked about this. And as I opened the door, expecting to find an empty church building, I'd been a Christian for about 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I opened the door, and a big cheer went up for my friend and for me. And everybody in the youth group had waited behind to welcome us into the family of God. It was really amazing. And I went down the line, and you were in that line.
I was in that line.
Do you want to confess?
Do I?
You do.
So I was in that line, ready to say hi to these two young lads coming down. And I have to confess, at the moment, I was looking at the other chap and not this one. But you got over that, Jeff.
Yeah, okay. All right. And we've got this appalling picture of us back then, which we thought you might be amused by. So why don't you, all we can do is hold some photos up here.
Yeah.
So
do you remember those photo booth places where you can cram in, and there's a little curtain behind you, and you had to maneuver the stall so you are eye level with the photograph? Anyway, so we were in one of these little booths, and here we are. Can you see us?
Look at that.
It's okay if you laugh, because we look back at this photo and laugh too.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, I mean, you don't look that different. I mean, I do, but you don't look very different at all. So that was, look, we're getting lots of hearts and thumbs up. So that's really sweet. And a few comments would be nice, just to, I mean, I'd like some sympathy for the fact that she thought my friend was cute. I mean, please, come on, Timberline, where are you? But then the other day that we thought we wanted to share with you was our wedding day. Do you want to confess anything about punctuality on the wedding day?
Do you know, wedding days, I know you have to go by a schedule and a timing, but you're relying on other people. So like my father had to take the car to the church, so he had a car to drive home after the event. So then he had to catch the bus back to the house. Well, unfortunately...
Really? I didn't know that until now. You had to catch a bus back to the house.
That's why we were late.
I thought you were late because you were sort of nervous.
No, not at all. So he had to catch the public bus back from the church to home, and then we were getting what we call the wedding car. So in England, the bride doesn't get ready at a church. They get ready at home, and then we have what we call the bridal car. So you hire a nice big car with the ribbons and all that kind of stuff on it. And then the father of the bride and the bride ride from their house to the church. And that's kind of the grand entry of the day of the bride.
Yeah, and they don't take photographs before the wedding ceremony here.
No.
But you were how many minutes late?
Maybe 12.
I would say 17. And finally you arrived. So do you want to see I want to see some thumbs up if you'd like to see an appalling picture from that day. I want some thumbs up, people. It would be really good to get some response. And I know there's always a few seconds delay when we ask for a response, but some thumbs up, some hearts, some smiles. if you would like to see
there's a
the
few
picture.
there.
And
Okay.
here they come. I need more. Frankly, press those buttons. Press those buttons. Press those buttons.
Your thumbs are going to wear out, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about everybody, about you being a little late, and everyone else has been a little bit late with their responses. But
No, look, there's loads of them.
oh, there you are. Yeah,
thank you. That's so
I mean,
kind.
Carla's going ballistic there.
She certainly is. And I
picture.
saw Liz's picture a few times come up.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go, people.
All right, so
here's a photo from our wedding day.
Zoom in a bit.
Can you see that?
And there's your dad standing next to you. He's looking for the bus to get home. And
my mum next to him.
And there's me with a tie bigger than my head, or almost. And look at the hair.
And that was your lovely dad in front of you.
Yeah.
And your best man and your dear gran.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. She's been gone for a lot of years now, but the lady on the one side of the picture is looking across and laughing. That was my grandmother. Now, it's true to say, darling, isn't it, that often when we have that picture normally hanging up here.
We do.
And when people come in and they see it, they look at me, they look at you, and they go, "Why? Why?" I suppose it's because I've got a good personality. That's what people say, isn't it? Yeah, So.
Well, also to make a point, there's somebody missing from that photograph, and that was your mum.
Yeah.
Do you want to say where your mum was?
Why don't you, while I have a bit of tea and a bit of cake to make people feel a little bit envious? I think just there's the cake. There's the cake. Yeah.
So the week before our wedding, Jeff's mum and dad had come up from London to Peterborough, which is where we were at the time, about 3.5 hours drive north. And they brought the wedding cake up. And then the following week was the wedding day. But sadly, his mum got taken ill and she was in hospital the weekend we got married. And so sadly, she couldn't be there. So we decided, after we'd had the ceremony, after we'd had a reception and a dinner, that we would drive to the hospital where she was. So do you remember that, Jeff?
Keep talking.
So I changed into we have what we call a going away outfit from the reception, and took all the wedding dress and everything in the car with us. And we took a friend who was taking some photographs with us as well. And we went to the hospital, and I put my dress on and the veil and the flowers and everything. And we walked in to see his mum so that she would feel like she took part in the day as well.
That was lovely. We spent our wedding evening in the hospital. So
Visitation, hey?
Visitation, yeah, there you go. So let's have a look. We've got loads of comments here that I'd not noticed. And Phyllis says, a real treat to see us in the picture. What a beautiful veil, says Terry.
Aww.
And Suzanne, her heart and wonderful. John Cook's with us. Hello, John.
Hi, John.
Sarah, great picture. What a treasure. But it was during the 70s when a fashion demon roamed the earth. I mean, the fashions were pretty hideous. And Jackie says very rudely, but you had that magnetic personality, Jeff. Kay has always had the beauty. I know, Jackie, I know. Phyllis says, look at all of that hair. Glad you didn't get to cut all that hair, Kay. That's true.
Definitely.
And Suzanne can always be trusted for a kind of cute little comment, can't she, Suzanne?
Yes,
great sense of humor.
Yes,
good morning, Kay. She says, Kay looks much the same, Jeff. Time has come and done its work. Cindy says, but you chose me, Pastor. No, but she chose you, Pastor Jeff.
Yeah, I chose you.
Yeah.
Cindy didn't choose you.
Liz says you're the cute. Us two are the cutest. That's nice. So does Terry. Heather says, poor Jeff. You're right, Heather. I suffer a lot. And Cindy says, Kay looks the same. Keith says, wow. And Jackie says, great to hear your stories. Greetings to both of you. Well,
I wonder if everybody has a special day that would come to mind if they would just think of one right now. Yeah.
Perhaps right where you are, you can think of one of the better days in your life. It might have been meeting a friend. It might have been the birth of a child. It might have been a wonderful trip that you took. But it's good at times to just look back and remember and to be grateful. without sounding, you know, like cliched, and I think I'm going to be cliched, to have an attitude of gratitude. That kind of sounds slick, doesn't it? An attitude of gratitude.
It rhymes.
It does rhyme, but to be able to look back, and frankly, not just look back, but look around, and excuse me, and be able to say, thank you, Lord, for all that we enjoy. And as we sign off, I have to tell you in a kind of tormenting sort of way, Kay and I are very grateful for this cake that we are now going to enjoy. Sadly, because the technology has not been developed yet, I'm afraid we can't pass it around. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Lots of love, Timberliners.
See you next week.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.